To say that Black Adam got a lot of hate is a total understatement. Let's read off some bad reviews. One of them says, even the rock-solid charisma of Dwayne Johnson rolls off a cliff with this noisy and disappointingly boring load of CGI-laden superhero tosh. A DCU fail. Black Adam is what happens when artists say they want to go dark but don't really have the stomach for it. Man, that is a lot of hate. That is a lot of hate. But could some of these things that people say were bad actually be a good thing? Let's get into what's not that bad about Black Adam. Hey YouTube, I'm Jared. This is It's Not That Bad, where we take some negatively reviewed movies and put an optimistic review on them, looking at the bright side of these bad movies. Black Adam was an okay movie. I wouldn't call it great, but it was hated so much that I felt like it deserved a little bit of love because it did have some good things. 4 to be exact. Okay, first thing, the cool stuff. We get some pretty decent effects in this movie. From everyone's powers, like Cyclone, the typical Shazam / Black Adam lightning effects, Dr. Fate and his pretty awesome magic. Some cool CGI shots mixed in there. You get the vehicles that are super cool to see ride. I feel like this, I might have mentioned this in my Aquaman one. Basically everything that's good about Aquaman might be good about Black Adam. No, I actually enjoyed Aquaman a little bit more, but you should expect those things from an expensive movie. You also get some comic accurate call out shots that they do in Black Adam, like where Black Adam's actually sitting on his throne, like on his chair, and it's super cool because that's one of the most iconic comic book covers there is. You also get Dr. Fate and his helmet, which looks super cool, the little symbols, the actual magic going on. Those are some really cool effects that me as like this 10-year-old boy totally would have enjoyed, because Dr. Fate was actually one of the coolest characters that I knew in comics and no one else really knew about either. And Pierce Brosnan playing him. I'll get to that in a sec. You also get the Amanda Waller cameos, which you have to give it to this portion of the DCEU universe. They keep things pretty consistent, right? Like, at least there's that. And also Henry Cavill's really unnecessary cameo I actually liked. It when I was watching, I was like, oh my goodness, is Henry Cavill coming back? I just so you know, I watched Black Adam literally this week. I was like, oh, he's coming back. No, I was just excited for that moment, and then realizing the sadness that actually came after. He's actually not coming back, and it was just a brief moment of joy for me, but still cool. Still cool. Number 2. The design stuff. I liked the design aspects of the film, especially the costume design for Shazam. Come on, at least that wasn't CGI, right? Actually, that's something I might need to look up. But the design aspects of the costume were really, really cool. Like the fact that Dwayne Johnson actually had these gold wraps around his arms, a nice added touch. The costume was comic book accurate. It was black and it had a lightning bolt, which is all you can really ask for. But the little touches here and there were cool. They made it more realistic, more fit for the real world. And they even had his hood in the beginning, which was a nice added touch. Plus, it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Like he looks muscular. He looks like a demigod, you know, as strong. He looks as strong as he does in the comics. If you want to see me praise Dwayne in other roles, go check out my Red One review, which was a great movie as well. Probably my top 10. Did anyone else see that? That was strange. I also do like the other costumes, like Dr. Fate's was really cool. Atom Smasher was really subpar. Cyclone's A good touch. I liked it. The sets were also really great. It did feel like the city of Kahndaq was was really well built out. It seemed like there was a lot of people. It felt more immersive in terms of the location. Number 3, the casting. Casting was absolutely incredible. Okay, Dwayne Johnson, Pierce Brosnan, Noah Centineo. Okay, what a great and funny cast. I will say Dwayne was different. This is a positive aspect of the movie, is that he was just different. It wasn't like his typical role. It was refreshing to see him play something different, and I'm glad he wasn't playing the same person. Pierce Brosnan absolutely killed it. He was so fantastic in that movie. You can never go wrong with a Bondman in a film, especially playing a character as great as Dr. Fate. I think the biggest sin of this movie was actually not giving Pierce Brosnan enough screen time or enough to give us more. I felt like I didn't have enough Dr. Fate. Probably because he's one of the coolest characters in all of DC Comics. Noah Centineo was my second favorite here. Okay, let's talk about his comedic timing and how sharp that comedic timing was, because he was hitting all the right spots. Okay, there's some scenes in here that he's just so funny in.
I'll be right there! I'm coming, I'm zeroing in on your location!
He's trying to be this great hero, but comes off a little bit clumsy, and I'm all for it. He's like this little high school cutie. Loved him in All the Boys I Loved, and All the Boys Who Someone Loved Before. I saw that movie once with my wife, and it's great. Anyways, he's like Spider-Man, but a little less tall. He's shorter. And less quippy. So yeah, he's great. And the last thing that I'm going to say is the themes. The themes were great. They were something that people in other parts of the world can relate with. People in 1776 could have related with as well. It was a cool message of liberty and freedom and fighting against oppressors who control people by fear and violence. It was great. And another obvious theme was, all about forgiveness and forgiving yourself about things that you did in the past, which I thought that was a sweet message. That's made clear because Black Adam actually ended up inadvertently killing his own son, and he blamed himself, and he's like, you know what, maybe it wasn't my fault, maybe it was other people's fault. It was a sweet message. It was a sweet message. There's a lot to this movie. It's a decent quality film. It's not like I'd give it Schindler's List ratings. I would give it Aquaman ratings. Yeah. Stay sharp. Boom. Yeah.